All right, let me give you a sneak peek at what I think is the coolest new product coming out from Berkley this year. It's the Dime Crankbait. It's like a balsa crankbait, but you get that same balsa action in plastic, so it's way more consistent, way easier to use. Let me dive into it a second. All right, so balsa crankbaits, we all know they're awesome. They have a delicate action when it's tough, like especially late fall when it starts to get cold through that pre-spawn, the cold water period. Balsa really shines. Here's the problem with balsa, especially in the little sizes like the 4s and the 6s on the crankbaits. One, it's really light. Two, it's wood, so it's a natural product, so it's inconsistent. You may have a knot in one piece of wood, the next one's kind of thin. It's lopsided, so it's denser wood on one side, thinner on the other, so it won't run true. It's hard to cast because it's light. Balsa is really soft, so it's kind of brittle, so if you hit a dock post on your cast or a northern pike or something bites it, you can damage it really easily. You have to glue in the lip. It's just not that consistent, not that durable, and like I said, in the small sizes, the 4s and the 6, really hard to cast. All right, so what Berkley's been able to do lately is make plastic crankbaits run just like balsa. And the big way they're able to do this is what they call a flash disc. It's these little weighted discs that they strategically place in the bait. When they prototype these, the size 6 alone, they went through over 70 prototypes to get this right. They tank test it. Berkley has multi-million-dollar labs out in Iowa that they test crankbait design. They can look at it underwater, and then they bring in they have live fish in there. They test one, the prototype A versus B versus C all the way down. This size alone, we're talking over 70 prototypes until they got it right. The action it's proved out, like the Fritz size crankbait, obviously really good, runs like balsa every time, is one of the #1 baits guys use. They've done it in the Money Badger as well. The Dime is the latest one that has the balsa action in a plastic crankbait. So a couple neat things that you get. This is the size 6. It has a weight transfer. On the 4 and the 6 has a weight transfer. What's that mean? Those sizes, historically, you almost have to throw in spinning, or it's hard to throw in a baitcaster. Now, this is the big size, but obviously a baitcaster, most of us prefer to crank with this. You can whip out the 4 and 6 on a baitcaster. With that weight transfer, what it helps do is get the tail of the bait out leading the cast. So instead of tumbling and getting a backlash, that weight goes to the back. It's jerk baits and stuff, most of them have it now. It's that weight transfer on the 4 and the 6. You can cast it like a bullet, but you still get that balsa action. Now, one more drawback of balsa is the fact that it's a solid wood. You can't get clear crankbaits. You can get metallic sided like gold and silver. You can paint them really pretty, but you can't get the see-through translucent ones. With plastic, with the Dime, this is like a phantom bluegill, and I'm not sure, this is a chartreuse shad looking one here, but it's translucent. The whole point of using balsa in that finesse technique is the fish are finicky. So you don't want them to get a good look at it. With the Dime, you get these translucent, see-through, really pretty finishes. That's going to give you a leg up when the fish are really pressured. And then again, that flash disc, that's really how Berkley gets that balsa action. Balsa, it's so good in those cold water periods when you're trying to trigger finicky fish. It's that delicate little motion, but it's consistent. Every one out of the package is going to be true running instead of maybe 1 out of 10 balsa crankbaits are going to work. Every single Dime runs the same as every other Dime. They're all the same consistent, good balsa action. So look for the Dime coming soon. It comes in a 15 size. There's also a 10, a 4, a little 4, a finesse 4, and then the 6. All those crankbaits. They're going to be debuted officially at ICAST this summer, and then September of 23, they're going to hit the stores. So check them out. I think you're going to like the Dime.